Welcome to another episode of Sorting Up My Life. First of all, I'm quite tired. Yesterday we've had a pretty darn big party, and it lasted until like 4 a.m. But I was still awake and talking with some friends until about 5:30. So yeah, I only got about 4 hours of sleep since I had to, get up and work. And yeah, I just had a 6-hour shift. Of course, not 6 hours in one go, so to speak, but throughout the day, 6 hours, and yeah, I'm really tired. Anyway, so I'll just get straight into it. Obsidian, respectively, rice. Right, we're back in Obsidian, and as you can see, we've just completed week 9. Still nothing in regards to this aspect of my life, but in adulting, of course, as usual, I've entered some important pieces of information. Straight off the bat, as you can see, I've pretty much stood up consistently throughout the week before 10 a.m. Notably, Saturday was especially great. I managed to get up at 7:15 a.m. because I really had to get a lot of things done since we had a big party planned at the evening. Clean room. Well, I've only entered this state because it's rather significant due to my room being really messy. Like, it hasn't been that messy in a long time. Throughout the week it was clean, so that's kind of alright, but still, after this party it's a little bit of a train wreck. Anyway, moving on to the health aspect. I've actually worked out this week for a change. I've actually been wanting to get back into it a little bit the weeks before, but I didn't quite manage to do so. But now finally I did something. It was pretty nice. I did 4 sets of push-ups with 12 reps each, and I also completed 3 sets of pull-ups with about 6 to 10 reps each. But I think I only managed to achieve 10 reps throughout within one set. And yeah, like the rest of the sets, the other two were like really on the lower end of the spectrum. Anyway, did not stretch. Might get back into this hopefully soon. Regarding my diet, it was a little bit dirty this week. For example, on Monday I ate a durum. I hope that's like the correct English word. On Saturday I drank 1 energy drink and lots of alcohol. So yeah, we had the party, and today I had 1 clean meal, which I actually ate during the night, if I recall correctly. I drank 1 energy drink as well. Didn't actually enter this, but I drank 1 energy drink, and ate a bag of crisps, so yeah, that's not too good either. Anyway, generally speaking, my mood is quite positive, but there have been a few hiccups this week, more than the weeks before, mostly related to social processes, since I'm oftentimes quite anxious around other people, because there's like so many. Usually it has got a lot to do with the thought process, and that I'm usually like having many parallel thoughts, so to speak, of related to a specific topic, and I've got some problem, I've got difficulties getting to the gist of it, because like everything hinges together, and in order to explain something well, I kind of need to explain the framework within it, which is sells like a piece of information for example, and this usually causes some problems, and then I'm then I know that I would have to explain it more thoroughly, but then I'm just like, oh, it takes so much energy, and I don't really feel like doing it, and yeah, this is just kind of like the story of my social life. It has been, at least for the past few years. I think. Anyway, overall my mood was fine. Yesterday I've also had my first live gig, so to speak, of in front of many other people, and so there were some people that were really into drum bass, which was nice. But like the norm, or rather the majority of the people are like more into pop and house. And it was kind of a bummer, because I really had this idea like that the whole crib was gonna blow up, blow up in terms of people like all jumping up and down to this nice genre. Didn't quite work out like that, but anyway, it was a nice experience regardless. So yeah, for the last point, the general affection, I'm actually starting to really feel a little bit more overwhelmed, since I've got 2 important exams coming up, and one is like only 1 week away, and the second one is like 4 days afterwards, and in between I've still got to like visit my grandpa, so that's that. Anyway, something more positive has been my working out. It felt quite great to actually like exert myself again. Apart from my being aerobically somewhat, well, extraordinarily active. Well, yeah, let's see how the next week goes in this regard. Anyway, in my room, respectively, or more specifically, some belongings really bothering me, because I've got way too many things just laying around that I haven't used in years. Well, figuratively speaking, but yeah, and it's really bothersome, because I keep accumulating things that like I'm not really using. I mean, not as much as I used to, but it's still really, really bothersome. And some of these things are just like, I just really want to get rid of them. For example, my anime figurines, because I'm not really into it anymore. And even though it's been, even though it made up a large chunk of my early adulthood, I just kind of feel like it's a part of me that I don't know. I don't want to display them anymore, because I think that, generally speaking, it may leave the impression that I'm like somewhat childish. I don't know. That's just my own complex in this regard. Anyway, that's been Obsidian. So let's jump into Rice again. Alright, we're back in Rice once again, and as you can see, the week hasn't been that well, it hasn't gone that well in terms of my being productive. I've only spent like 19 hours being productive, respectively. I've recorded 19 hours because that's like not all productivity. As you can see, like the first part is like entertainment, which made up about 5 hours and 30 minutes. Followed by mixing. Actually, if you combine these two, it should be a little bit longer than 5 hours 30. But yeah, coming to second place, I've spent a lot of time this week once again on improving my mixing skills, respectively on DJing. And yeah, in the first place, there's like university related stuff, lecture processing, and my trying to memorize some things, but it's not really been that much, and I should really up the ante there in order to, well, hopefully successfully complete the coming up exams. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, spent most like the app that I've been using, that I've used, or that I've been using for most of the time, has been Recordbox, followed closely by YouTube. Yeah, Like, there's not much to say, other than like you might as well add 20 hours of work to that, because this does not include my job and does not include university lectures, which are, well, now being held once again. So yeah, that's the overview in Rise for this week. Okay, as you can see, my week has been a little bit weaker, pun intended, than the week before. I really need to focus on studying this week, and it would also be really great to kind of get back into working out more, respectively stretching. And I also hope that I can keep up the nice standing up times, to put it roughly. Something else that I'm gonna have to struggle with next week a bit is like more lectures going on. And other than that, I don't think that I really want to socialize next week this much. I really want to focus more on like getting up with like keeping up with university, and also dealing with other obligations. But yeah, that's just how my life's right now. It's a little bit messy. But yeah, it's gonna go up, or rather as long as the trajectory is positive, then that's fine for me. So yeah, that's just a really rough overview about what's going on right now, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to make the video a little bit nicer next week, and maybe go in a little bit more in depth about like some kind of physical, like psychological observations that I've made. And yeah, regardless of that, thank you for tuning in, and see you next time.